hello there, YouTube. Today should be pretty much a wild one. Crazy storms coming. It's not raining at the moment, but the gusty winds are starting. It's supposed to be windy, and I was talking about how the sun was slowly moving to the south. Look where it's at now. That's straight east. That's way to the south there, isn't it? But it is. Especially down in Oregon, stretching up to about halfway on a trip from Vancouver back home. Tonight there's like possible tornado things. There's all kinds of crazy weather stuff going on down there. But oddly enough, we're supposed to get a lot of wind and rain here despite the storms down there. So I don't know how it's all going to work out. And if you can see them clouds, how fast them things are moving. If you look at them in relation to the mountain, that is actually kind of creepy. I mean, that's a long ways away to be able to see the mountains moving that fast. But anyway, trees are definitely going to be missing some leaves tonight or before this day's over with. Look at that one, it's almost all the way gone. The ones in the tree farm, there's no avoiding it. They will all go away. But anyway, enough babbling about the weather and stuff like that. Let's roll. Sorry about the wind noise. Of course, when I get out here to film it, all these trees were going sideways when I was getting in the car. Oh, yeah, Murphy's Law. Some of those leaves, the underside are a different color. See, they're brighter on the bottom. Always refer to them as the skirts got flipped up. The old Marilyn Monroe days, where they accidentally stand over a, what do you call it, subway van or whatever. Man, there ain't no leaves out there now, Mama.
No, Christy said when she was coming back from dropping the kids off, the young deer was walking down the road and she had one video of it.
Oh.
But the mama deer wasn't with it.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good, because them two are always together.
Yep. 53 degrees and rain most of the way. But pretty much since we hit about the Clark County Fairgrounds, it's been just road mist.
Yeah.
Everything's wet, but it wasn't raining. But Mama,
Yes, I hope I
we made it to hump day in the week. How about that?
We did. We just got to get on the other side.
Yeah. Pray this whatever storm's coming today isn't as bad as we think, or they're saying, predicting, whatever.
Yeah, but I'm on lose power.
That's never good. Well, Mama,
Yes, sir.
let's roll in there.
All right.
Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday, Mama.
You too, babe.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
So I was telling you guys how Buds 2, the end is near. The end has come. This is a 2016 Spyder RT Limited. 2026, not 2016. No vehicle found. I already knew this because the guys upstairs were telling me you have to use Buds 3 and the V800 VCI to hook up to them. And she's done. So 2017 through 24 or 26, I was trying to think if they worked on anything. It's gone. So 2017 through 2026, Buds 2 will no longer function. It just flat does not connect. For sure on the 26th, I'll have to try some of the older ones because I didn't update the program before doing this. So that may be a key too. They'll write it out. But I gotta go up and find a VCI up there, the V800, and use the BMW computer to hook up to this thing to do the alignments. So I was, reading what's new for 2026. So all these panels are supposedly less scratch resistant. They're made out of a different material. But oddly enough, it showed that the center console and the glove box was supposed to have a matte finish to it. And in the pictures, they show it in a matte finish, but yeah, I'm not seeing that. Because people complain that the piano, it almost looks like it's been smudged already, but this piano black in all these places, it did, I have to admit, it did scratch easy. You had to be very careful with them. Here it is running through here too. But it did say there's a production range for the first ones they're sending out, and then there'll be some model changes as it goes. So I have to look at the details or whatever. But I don't understand this. There was never anything about people complaining about the matte finish scratching. It was always this piano black. Excuse me. So, I don't know. They've got updated shocks for both the rear trunk and the front seat. And it's retrofittable to a point. It has to have a certain webbing underneath the seat if you can do the seat thing, but I guess the rear trunk works. So it's a shorter shock, and it has a bracket that goes on there. Greatly beefed up the framework for the rear end that holds the trunk, and the framework that holds the whole trunk assembly back here. And for the top case, the bracket for holding that has been improved underneath. You don't really see it. It's under the plastic because it's got that link kind of thing that you see from the top. Exhaust stuff is different. Different manufacturers are making a lot of the plastic parts on them. Where the yaw rate sensor bolts to the front of the frame, it has its own improved bracket. These are made out of a different material. The wind scoops, they're just a bunch of little piddly cosmetic stuff. And it says there were suspension changes, but as usual, they don't tell you. Maybe they put the Sea to Sky stuff. Even the Sea to Sky does not list that it has different suspension. But you jump from a Sea to Sky to a regular limited, and you notice a difference. And I think Kelly or somebody looked, and the part numbers for the Sea to Sky shocks are different than a standard one. But nothing was ever mentioned what the difference was. But the Sea to Sky, she's something special. Anyway, I've got to shut this thing down because it's just burning the battery sitting here. Should have the charger on it. Even let my computer time out. So we're going to exit out of here, and need to go up there and see if I can find a V800. And I won't be using this computer to hook up to them anymore. That's that. Things like that change. The world is always progressing. Whether good or bad. Some may say it's going backwards, but whatever your opinion is, you're not, in the grand scheme of things, you're not going to stop it. There's things that change that I don't like in life as it goes along, but that's just the way it is. You gotta take the bad with the good. Hopefully there's more good than bad, and I would say by a long shot, way more good than bad. So you got them people that are doom and gloom about everything. You ever meet somebody like that? I mean, you can't have a conversation. Oh, I call them Eeyores. Eeyore, woe is me. It makes you wonder, how these people, how they go through a day? I mean, there's cases, people, literally have some problems that need to be addressed. Whether mental or something, Some people I just don't think are ever happy. Or at least they don't sound that way. Maybe they think it makes better conversation to be doom and gloom. I just don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever that's called, the people that get into your head. But anyway, we'll see if I can find that. I was thinking, you know, when I got these two delivered down here, I knew they were being built yesterday. There was a bracket, because the bracket, there's some change in how the battery bolts inside there. It looks like the same bracket, but the little ears that go in the back apparently are a different width. They're either wider, skinnier, something. Well, the brackets must have showed up because the batteries are in. They were sitting upstairs going, we're waiting for those brackets. So I'll have to go up there and ask the gentleman to put these together, what the skinny is. You know, got those new tires. And I really like those tires. That's a beautiful. I can probably tell you what the color is. I just don't recall. There's new colorways, and the Sea to Sky, I think, has 2 colorways. Now, this was an initial thing I seen, and that was a while back, that they'll have the Vegas white is back for 2026, but I think the Vegas white is gloss, not matte. I do love these matte colors, and this one's that kind of gray, charcoaly. I don't like them too dark. I like this lighter color. We got a couple of last year models sitting up there that's just really dark. Actually, I think those might even be 24s up there. Man, if you want a smoking deal on a Spyder, we got 24s up there. These, you know, now the new stuff is out. Everybody, of course, wants the newest. But sometimes you get a good deal on those things. It's not like they've been run and, you know, put away wet. They've been sitting on our floor in a very controlled environment. But anyway, let me go get my buds thing. I don't know, when I was kind of messing around through there, I don't know where to go to find I'm sure it's right there. Because, you know, you got to check and reset the steering angle sensor and the torque offset. You know, if there's any binding in the wheels, you'll see a torque offset. Thing's really, really sensitive. I mean, you can reach down here and just literally touch that tire, and you'll watch the gauge move. So it's critical that she's on level ground and the wheels aren't binding on anything. But anyway, there's the start of the day. Alignments. So I popped that camera button in the case for my iPhone 17 Pro. I don't use it for the camera, but it goes into AI, and you can do it's like an AI camera, and you can take pictures of things and translate, and it does all kinds of cool stuff. It's I think it's just using, who knows, ChatGPT or something. But I just took a picture of that, and so I pulled the RO out afterwards. So the picture immediately told me it's called mineral blue. And then lo and behold, it says right on the unit there, mineral blue. But it's very useful for stuff like that. When I got when did that come out? Was that with the 15? Or was that the 16? I don't remember. I seldom used it for the camera. I thought it was great. It's in the perfect spot. I always thought, man, it'd be nice if you had the thing, because that's the way I hold it in my hand, with the top facing left. So your hand on the phone would be just like a camera. But I don't know, I just found it unintuitive for some reason. But anyway, it's nice to have that hole covered up. Not that the speakers and stuff like that are all open in the bottom, so it's not like it's weather tight type of thing. Wonderful cases, man. They're just brutally tough cases. And the quad lock thing, nice thing, you just don't ever have to worry about your phone ejecting unless you use the non-locking magnetic only one. That'll get you in trouble. Glad I hooked up a drawstring to my 16 Pro Max. You guys remember I went a whole ride And I come back and I hit just a large boulder in the road after checking mail, and I had one handful of mail. And a good thing I had that drawstring on there, because it launched right off of there. But anyway, I still haven't gone up. I forgot to throw that button in, so I stopped for a second. And now I'm going to go up there and get the well, it was going to be called the MPI 4, and they decided to call it the V800. Whatever, it's your stuff. You call it what you want. You go up there and get it. Fire up the old Beamheimer computer here. It's actually open. It's just screened out. Well, despite all the tornado and wind spouts and gusty winds and everything we have down here in the Portland, Vancouver area at the moment, it is stunning. Sun is out. Take it while you can. I'll be interested in coming home tonight, or going home. Well, I don't know if that was our storm or not, but man, something blew through. The trees are going sideways. The doors are flinging open and closed. So it's straightforward for setting steering angle, and the clock. It's very much in different places and stuff, but it's straightforward. It'll, probably the second or third time you use it, it'll be old hat, and you'll just bust right through it, not even think about it. Anyway, let me get it all hooked up and see where the alignment is on this thing. Get her dialed in. I bet you it's really, really close. But I don't need buds anymore from that, so I can literally just click and bounce out. I thought it was messed up because I could not get it got to 90% and hung. Well, I closed out and opened it back up and rebooted the vehicle. And then I realized that it had it was a picture of a face sitting there, and it was red. And I go, what's that? So I click it, and there was an update. So once I installed the update, it all went through and connected right up. It's really fast. Heard some of the guys saying something about the boats and some other things. They go, well, I think it's a little faster. But I'm telling you, on the Spyder, it just goes woof. It's way faster than Buds 2. Buds 1, or Buds All, as they like to refer to it as, is which I guess that was Buds 1. It's slowed down, but it was nowhere near as slow as Buds 2. But works good. Fun times with the Spyders. All right, we get this thing back off to doing something else here. Old Beamer computer. Well, hello there, YouTube. So we left a little early today because the storms were bad, and it was real bad here in town. I was looking at cameras and stuff. Man, it was just typhooning out here. Poor Christy, she's in town trying to get her new tire that went bad fixed, and so she was in town, realized she forgot the tire, had to drive all the way back here to pick the tire up and go back again.
Bless her heart.
Yeah. Those are things that happen when you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
I know that well. You get in a rush and you forget things. That's why you just gotta go slow and easy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, appreciate you guys hanging around at the shop today. Dark evenings. At least it's not completely dark because we left early.
Yeah.
Not completely black like it was last night. We got some pretty heavy rains, but the bad stuff that was going through finally swept away, so I'm sure the next front is coming. But on that, we're gonna roll.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time,
There's
same
Christy
smoke
now.
channel. Don't forget to give your thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. All right.
Alright.
We'll see you in the morning. Thanks for watching now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.